Hey everybody, how's it going? Aaron Rift here from NoDQ.com along with good old JM, Jeff Meacham. We are back once again for WWE Night of Champions, the epic extravaganza, live on the WWE Network for just $9.99 or free if you're sampling for the first time. How are you doing today, Jeff?
I'm doing good. Vince should pay you for that little spiel just now. He really should. I'm telling you, that was awesome.
Night of Champions. All the titles on the line.
It's actually every pay-per-view. Every pay-per-view should be all champions on the line. That's what pay-per-views are. They're the showcase of every month. So I guess making it on Champions special is what makes it special. It makes it so you have to watch to see every title defended. But there's only 5 titles now, so it's not like it was in 2007 where there were like 20 titles defended. So it's different now, but it has a special meaning. There's still other matches besides the title matches, so it's a well-rounded card.
Yeah, we have 8 matches as of this recording. There may be 1 or 2 more matches added. Let's start off by talking about the pre-show match. We have a 6-man tag team match. Neville teaming up with the Lucha Dragons against the Cosmic Wasteland, or whatever the hell they're called.
You got it right. You're good.
Stardust along with the Ascension. What are your thoughts on this match?
Well, mainly because Neville and his partner at SummerSlam, Stephen Amell, defeated Stardust and his partner, Wade Barrett, at SummerSlam. I tend to believe that because it's on the pre-show, it really doesn't matter about anything except in their own heads. I think they're going to have Stardust and the Ascension pick up the victory of this particular adventure.
Really?
I do. I think you're going to have that, and then they're going to have some sort of thing where we're finally going to get the one-on-one match on pay-per-view, maybe at Hell in a Cell, and some sort of special match between Stardust and Neville.
Yeah. I mean, I look at the Cosmic Wasteland like Job Squad 2.0. I mean, WWE has basically buried the Ascension. They mean absolutely nothing.
They do.
And Stardust really hasn't done much besides the whole SummerSlam match.
Right.
Neville is a guy that has been pushed over the past several months. Lucha Dragons really haven't, but of all 6 guys, Neville is the one that is the biggest star right now, I think. And because of that, I see Neville's team picking up the win just because of Neville's star power. And he's the guy that they seem to be protecting more than the others.
We'll start off different, so we'll see how we go here.
And plus, I don't like Stardust. I'm tired of that gimmick.
I'm not a fan of the Stardust gimmick at all. He made it very clear when he blocked you.
Yes.
But you know, whatever. I think they're going to give Cody and his team the win this time. I think you're going to have the ultimate payoff be 1 more month to go between the 2 of them.
Right. All right, so on to the main card here. We have Kevin Owens versus Ryback. Kevin Owens challenging Ryback for the IC title.
They've had Ryback be champion since May?
Yeah, around a month after Bryan lost.
It was the Chamber, right?
Yeah, Bryan, or should I say forfeited the title.
Right. Owens wins. I don't know why I think that, but I gotta believe they're gonna hopefully make up for burying Kevin Owens in the feud with Cena by giving him a championship run. Well, even if it's short.
Yeah, I would say Owens wins this, and the reason why is because Ryback hasn't really done much as IC champion. He's had very forgettable feuds with Big Show and The Miz, and I feel that Kevin Owens as IC champion could elevate the title again. It could become the workhorse championship again.
If it becomes the heel workhorse championship, like it did with Kurt Hennig, like it did with Jeff Jarrett, like it did with Shawn Michaels, like it did with all those guys, then yes, it'd be a great way. If they have him do one and done, have it lose next month, it's a waste of time.
Exactly, but he could face guys like Cesaro. He could face guys like Neville for the IC title and make the title special again. Make it the workhorse championship like it was in the 90s. So I would go with Kevin Owens to win. I think it's time for a change.
It is.
Enough is enough, and it's time for a change. All right, next up, we have the tag team titles. My favorite act of 2015 WWE, The New Day, challenging the newly returned Dudley Boys.
You should create a new award.
Did I just say they're challenging the Dudley Boys? Or Dudley Boys
challenging them. That's okay. What you should do is make a new award on the WWENOC Awards for the best new act. That way you can give the New Day an award this year. Well, you should create your own award and just rig the voting here, and you should.
I mean, we'll talk about that more in November, December.
That's right. That's right.
New Day should just sweep whatever awards.
However, even though they are the greatest act of 2015, and they're growing on me, I'll admit it, they're growing on me.
I mean, even Vince, or excuse me, not Vince, Triple H and Stephanie.
We're doing the team.
Even they're jumping on the bandwagon.
That was
now.
tremendous. That was so funny. Having said that, though, I think they're going to go with nostalgia. I think they're going to go with the Dudley Boys somehow getting past the dominant tag team champions. And they're going to be the, whatever, it's 25 time now, tag team champions.
Well, I do think the Dudleys are going to win the titles at some point. That's what makes sense for that feel-good moment. But the New Day just won the titles last month. I don't see them losing it right away. I think that it's better to have the Dudley Boys have to really go through a lot to win the tag team titles. I could see some sort of screw job finish where Xavier costs Dudley's the match, and then Dudleys have to earn another title shot, and then eventually they win the tag team titles. I think they will win it. I do not see it happening right away at Night of Champions.
Okay.
All right, so moving on here, we have Rusev versus Dolph Ziggler with Summer Rae in Rusev's corner. Originally, this was rumored to be a tag team match, but Lana got hurt. She injured her wrist, had to have
really
surgery.
bad, yeah.
So, you know, that was thrown out the window, and now it's just another one-on-one rematch from SummerSlam.
Now, if memory serves, it was a double count out at SummerSlam, and then didn't Dolph win the rematch on Raw? Or who won the rematch on Raw?
I don't even remember.
I don't even remember either. I think because Lana's hurt and because they're trying to plant the seeds of doubt with Dolph giving Summer a gift on Monday, I think it's going to get in Rusev and Summer's head, and Dolph's going to pull out the victory.
Well, I think Rusev really needs a win at this point. He has just lost so much stock as a monster top upper card guy. I feel he needs a win badly, so I actually think I would go with Rusev to win.
Okay.
This. I feel that he needs it more than Ziggler right now. That's just my take on it. So you and me are disagreeing on a lot of these picks.
We are. It's very, very rare that happens on the pay-per-view picks show, but we'll see what happens going forward.
Yeah, I mean, it really could go either way. I think
this is going to be one of the matches that's going to be a crapshoot until the very end. We're not going to know what's going to happen until the very end.
Just as long as they don't do yet another double count out or some lame crap like that.
Yes, it has to be a definitive winner this time.
All right. So one of the more interesting matches on the card, the 6-man tag team match, Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose with a mystery partner against the 3-member Wyatt family team.
And Roman mentioned on Monday they do have a partner picked out.
Now,
so,
the fact that they are building up to a mystery partner instead of announcing it in advance leads me to believe that it's going to be somebody significant. I would be shocked if WWE hyped up this mystery partner only for it to be Eric Rowan. If it was going to be Rowan, they would have announced it on Raw, right?
Well, from what we've understood, Rowan is also still injured. He's going to be reporting to the Performance Center this week to start training again, but he's not ready to go.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's going to be him. Somebody asked me this on Talk Wrestling. I don't know. It's on Talk Wrestling about where it's going to be The Rock, and I gotta believe The Rock's going to come back for something more significant than just Night of Champions.
That's what I was thinking too.
So I don't think it's going to be The Rock.
Yeah.
But then if it's not Roman's other cousin, and if it's not Eric Rowan, then who the hell is it going to be?
Well, I mean, there's some people speculating about Daniel Bryan. Maybe WWE's going to clear him and he'll be back.
Well, they've talked about his doctors have cleared him, but not WWE's doctors.
But maybe WWE's doctors have cleared him.
Maybe.
And another option is Kane. Kane has been out, and he's expected back at any time now.
Right, but what does Kane have to do with the Wyatt family? Or why would he help Roman?
He lost that flaming match, whatever it was.
Oh, Ring of Fire. The Inferno match that we saw at SummerSlam. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Here's the thing, to steal a line from you.
Yes.
If it's Rock, Bryan, or Kane, I think the babyfaces win. I think Roman and Dean's team wins.
Okay.
If it's anybody else, I see the Wyatt family team winning.
Well, I say strictly because the Wyatts lost at SummerSlam, they win no matter what happens Sunday.
Well, if it's The Rock or Bryan, I say there's no chance of the babyfaces losing.
Unless they want to screw with us even more.
Yeah, I don't know. This one's really hard to call because we don't. And there's always the possibility it could just be Randy Orton, which is the whole
stupid.
The whole thing with Orton is so weird because if he's taken time off, wouldn't they have given him a more significant beatdown? They just gave him a standard beatdown, and he's supposed to be out of action from that.
Yeah, they didn't really do very much to him.
It was very weak, I thought.
It was.
So, I mean, I'm going to go with the babyfaces to win just because I think the partner is going to be significant. But then again, if it's Eric Rowan, then I would think the Wyatt family wins, and Rowan just turns on them and goes back with them.
I'm picking the Wyatts no matter what.
Okay, well, there you have it.
All right.
All right, next up we have the Divas title match. Nikki Bella versus Charlotte, the rematch from Raw. And this time, if Nikki is DQ'd or counted out, Charlotte becomes the new Divas champion.
Charlotte wins.
I agree.
Charlotte wins. She should have won Monday, but I get they wanted to erase AJ from history, and that's fine. I don't like it, but I understand it. So, based on that, Charlotte wins. And where's that champions this year? Do you know?
I do not know it off the top of my head.
I don't know either. But if it's anywhere near where Flair can be there again, let Rick be there in her corner again. Or
well, if Rick is there, I think that is a giveaway that she's going to win.
Well, but he was there Monday, though.
Yeah.
So that wasn't a giveaway. We all got fooled.
Yeah, I don't think Flair's going to be there and then she loses.
Again, yeah, again. So I say Charlotte wins.
Yeah, I agree with you.
No matter what happens.
Yeah, I mean, WWE got what they wanted. They were able to have Nikki break the record from AJ Lee. So, I think now's the time to pull the trigger on Charlotte and go forward with this Divas Revolution.
Absolutely.
All right, now we have the two title matches. The U.S. title match, Seth Rollins versus John Cena, the guy who never gives up, never quits.
See, these two are hard to call for me because I like all three of these guys. I gotta think that Seth wins this one, but somehow loses the world title, either to Sting or to a cash-in. So I think that Seth's going to retain the U.S. title and go forward as U.S. champion and feud with Cena. And then he will either lose the world championship to Sting and give everybody the big feel-good moment of Sting winning the only title he never ever won, or Sheamus is going to cash in on either one of them after.
Well, as much as I think your idea is actually pretty good, I would consider going with that. I see the opposite happening because of the fact that John Cena lost at SummerSlam, and as we know, WWE... How often does Cena lose 2 pay-per-views in a row? I don't even know if it's ever happened.
It hasn't happened in my recent memory.
So, I mean, as far as WWE is concerned, Cena needs to get his win back from that devastating
Needs to look strong again, right?
Yeah, he needs to look strong. So, it's hard to bet against Cena, and I just can't do it in this case because he lost at SummerSlam.
No, I rarely bet against John. You know that.
So I have to go with Cena to win the title back.
Okay.
And plus, there are the reports that WWE is going to keep him out of the title picture, the world title picture for the time being. So in that case, he has to have something. So he'll be the U.S. champion. So I'm going with Cena to win. And then we have the other title match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Rollins defending... second match in the night for him against Sting, and you mentioned
and you say he's going to retain the title.
I think Rollins is going to retain because Sting beat him on Raw. My big concern going in was that Sting would go into this match and become 0-2. He would lose another match, but since he beat Rollins on Raw, actually he beat Big Show too by DQ or whatever.
Well, yeah, technically.
So technically, Sting is now
2-1. He's 2-1.
Or 2-1. Excuse me.
2-1.
He's 2-1 in WWE now. So WWE's attitude is okay. He can lose now.
Makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I just got a feeling that somehow Rollins is going to be screwed out of the World Championship in some form or fashion, which is going to lead toward him and Triple H going down their path.
Yeah.
And then...
I mean, that could still happen. I mean, Sting could still win the title, and then Sheamus somehow gets involved, and that could lead up to Hell in a Cell. Or there's a screwy finish, and then at Hell in a Cell, Sting wins the title from Rollins. I could see a DQ. I could very well see a screw job DQ or something where there's no decisive winner, and then they settle it at Hell in a Cell, only for that to continue after Hell in a Cell.
Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So this one's tough to call. I'll say that, I think Rollins is going to retain, but I could see Sting winning by DQ.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with that.
Okay.
That'll be my prediction. But it could really go anyway.
It really could.
Alright, so that'll wrap it up for our predictions. Check out NoDQ.com for full coverage at Twitter. Twitter.com/NoDQDOTCOM, and follow Jeff _Jeff Meacham on Twitter. And we will see you guys next time.